This feature that I want to demonstrate is the absolute pinnacle of demonstrating why this software is incredibly powerful for the user. We have the ability to generate user-defined tests, or what we call user-defined test scripting. Let me show you what that is. We have a EMDCSS system here, which I've already demonstrated some tests, and we've run a couple of tests so far. If I go to the test list and choose New, you will see I have the option for user-defined, or what we call user-defined test scripting. Now, we can set up in blocks exactly what we want to do with each parameter. So for example here, I might want to choose axial load. I could go from a target of 0.88 where it currently is, but let's actually choose initial value, so it will run from 0.88. Let's choose cyclic with a period of 0.1 minutes, so a slow cyclic test, amplitude of half a kilonewton, and we've got complete flexibility here of how we want to terminate the test, both on read values and calculated values. So let's keep this completely hypothetical, completely made up, but to demonstrate the power of what we can actually do here. If I wanted to choose axial load, actually let's go with displacement. We're doing a cyclic test, so we might want to see when the axial displacement goes over a certain value. If that goes over 2 millimeters, it will go to the next section. Let's add a new section. The next section might be to hold constant at whatever value it is at the end of the test. So we don't need a terminator. Now within section 1, let's also set another parameter. Maybe here we might have wanted, we might want horizontal displacement to remain constant, just to keep it simple at the current value. So, complete flexibility in section 1, essentially, of test stage 1. Now we can start getting particularly clever, because if I add another section, section 3, which is essentially a stage 3 test, I might want this to be axial displacement controlled. Maybe it's a cyclic axial displacement test. Wherever the previous stage ends, we're going to run it from that datum, 0.1 minutes again, so a slow cyclic test, an amplitude of 1.2 millimeters. So we're now going to change from a load controlled cyclic to a displacement controlled cyclic. Now here's where the really powerful bits come. If I'm in section 1 and I choose another if block, I can choose for this load control test, if the horizontal displacement becomes greater than a particular value, say 0.1, I can choose, rather than go to the next section, I can choose to go to any of the sections I want. So I'm going to skip section 2 and I want to go to section 3 based on this particular criteria. And we can add as many set blocks, so control blocks, to a particular section as we want, and we can add as many if blocks as we want. And remember, these if blocks are all of the read parameters and all of the calculated parameters available for your particular test setup. So really, really super flexible for running whatever test your imagination can think of